Howdy, Beeflowbart here, and welcome. If you hear a weird sound in the background, don't worry about it. It's just a fan. Us fat folks, you know, we gotta do what we can to keep cool. Anywho, this was a common requested thing, and it's been part of almost all of my Synty Studios videos showing how I combine the skeletons together of multiple asset packs so that I can actually, you know, quickly add in one of their characters and be able to use the same animations. So keep this simple. I've got a blank project, and one of the first things that I always do is go into my editor preferences and change asset editor open location to main window. I hate that it does not save that preference. Same thing with autosave. I do not use autosave because you are the master of your own save button. If you don't save frequently on your own manually, then you're gonna lose stuff, and yeah, just get used to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 asset packs, just because that's all I really need to do for this. This will work for every one of them. There is a minor exception. We'll add to project, and I've just called this one Synty. And where in the hell is it? Okay, it is not showing up, so I'm going to select all, show all projects. And there it is. Asset not compatible with version 4.2.2. Sure it is. I'll just select 421 and add to project. I haven't updated all of my asset packs. And I'll do the same thing here with, we'll just add the city pack in. Do you see it? No, you don't see it. So, for some reason, those are not showing up. They're still for 421. Not going to be a problem. I'll add a project. And I'd minimize that. You can see we've got city and heist here. But what you don't see is anything else. So let's go ahead and do add new. Feature or content pack. And we'll add in third person because this is the most common. And that's what is easily supported. Okay, so with that, you've got, we'll go to third person example map. Go, it just seems like in 422 everything is a little bit darker for some reason. And I don't need EU. I don't need you. And I don't need EU. And we'll save all. Now, we know that we have, and here on our world settings, our game mode and game mode overrides and so forth. Game mode override, we're going to change this over to third person game mode. This is a very simple thing, and third person character. And now let's save all again. We hit play, and you can see I get a mouse cursor. I don't like that, and I have to click anywhere in here to be able to change that. But as you can see, we have our player. We can run around, do our thing. Lovely. Hit escape. So the first thing I'm going to do is, out of normality for myself, I'm going to create a new folder called character. Go inside of that. I'm going to create another new folder inside there. We're going to call this skeleton. Another new folder called blueprints. And another new one called animations. And since the third person animations are typically going to be unarmed, I'll just create inside the animation blueprint armed. So that's that. And we'll take our third person blueprint, and I'm going to drag it over to the blueprint folder I just created. Copy. Hit F2. Excuse me, but I said hit F2. Thank you. And underscore BP. Player underscore BP. So we now have our own new player character. I'm going to go into it and just a quick setup so that I can get rid of that stupid mouse cursor. Under event, begin play, I'm just going to put in here. Let's see. Well, we need to get a reference to get player. No. Well, until my brain is not clicking along right now. Let's see. Set input to game only. Get player controller. And with this player controller, we want to set show mouse cursor and leave that unchecked, so that is false. Alright, that's that. Close that and change this to our player BP. Now when I hit play, no mouse cursor, we can go in and check out all the awesomeness. Okay, so we have the skeleton. Now we need to look at our polygon city and our polygon heist. I'm going to start with heist, and the reason why I'm going to choose the heist character first is because I know that the skeleton for this guy, the SWAT character, has one extra little thing to it, and that's his goggles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the heist character for the skeleton, and I'm just going to select it, drag it, and I'm going to copy it to my new skeleton folder. I'm going to hit F2, and we're going to go SK underscore polygon, plain and simple, and we're good to go on that. Okay, now next thing I'm going to do is, and you can do this however you want to, in whatever order you want to, but I'm going to go back to my character folder, and I'm going to select all of the skeletal meshes, which is the pink ones. If you don't plan on doing the other characters here with the interchangeable hair and whatnot, you don't have to on them. But now that I've got all of just those selected, I'm going to right click on any of them, go to skeleton and assign skeleton, and I'm going to select the polygon, SK polygon, and then accept. You're going to have to do this over and over and over for each of those ones that are pink that you have selected. By doing it this way, you don't have to remember, oh, which one did I leave off on. Just keep doing this same process until you get done. Very simple, very quick. Now the exception to this ring, see right here is missing. Doesn't matter, hit accept, and then OK, and then keep on going. It'll add that one working piece that you need into that skeleton. Okay, so we're done with Polygon Heist at this point. We can do the same thing now with the other asset packs. Now all we need to do is go into our meshes, character, and now we don't need to do anything with this skeleton. We just need to select these skeletal meshes from that particular asset pack. And like I said, this will work with every one of them. The only exception being the there was a fantasy character pack that came out, and the giant characters don't like to be done this way. They like to be done this way, but they don't work with the same skeleton. You'll just need to do the same process and give them their own skeleton. So again, assign skeleton, and go right through. What this is going to do is now when you retarget your animations to this SK underscore polygon, every character that uses this skeleton will now be able to use those same animations. You don't have to keep retargeting animations over and over and over. Okay, we're going to do save all. Now we need to take a look at the fact that just like every other character in the known universe, uses a T-pose. So we need to go to our retargeting manager. If you don't have this tab, just hit it right there. It should already be set to humanoid and it should be good to go. But since we're in the T-pose here, we need to change. And actually, let's look here. One thing we need to do is, we're okay now, and we can just hit apply to asset, or we can change this character out to whatever we want. Let's say if we want, whenever we select the skeleton, we want the male FBI to be our primary. Hit apply to asset and save. Now, we need to look at our third person stuff. No, not you. Mannequin folder. And in our mannequin character and mesh folder, UE4 mannequin skeleton, he's not in a T-pose. So first off, let's change over to select humanoid rig. And the more common way that I do this is I rotate the upper arm up by 50. The lower arm, let's see, down 10, and normally back 20, but let's go back 30 so that that arm straightens out. And if we look at the hand needs to come up a little bit also. So it's debatable. We'll do 20 on the hand. I normally do 10 on the hand, but we'll see how 20 looks. So upper arm up by 50, back 30, down 10, hand up 30. That hand doesn't look right. Yeah, normally I do 20 on the hand. But let's even it out. 30 on each hand here. Look at the arm. It should be straight. Should be a good T-pose. Then the next thing we do here is modify pose. Use current pose. And then save and close. Now we'll do another quick save all. Now, when we look at our animations, right click on our third person animation blueprint. Actually, let's left click on it first. I'm going to hit F2, Control C, and I'm going to copy the name. These are the only animations that we have. No big deal. But they all start with third person, and third person is in this part right here. So now I'm going to right click on it, retarget animations, duplicate animation blueprint, and retarget. And now we see it. I'm going to click right here and Control V. And replace the third person underscore AnimBP with unarmed underscore animation blueprint ABP. I'm going to change the folder. Go to my character folder, animations, unarmed, and OK. And then now retarget. Now we can do save all. Get everything good and saved. Go to our blueprints folder. Now, let's go to our viewport. Click on our mesh. Skeletal mesh is now going to be, what do we want to be? Male police. That's good enough. And now the animation class needs to be unarmed animation blueprint. And you can see he's animated. Compile and save. And I'm going to leave that one there. And now, go into play. We have our dude who is animated, can jump, do everything nice and neat, right? Now, what if we decided we want to change that? Go back to our player, animation blueprint, our mesh. We know that this one is from the city pack, but let's pick one, male FBI, compile, save. So any of these now will work just fine. And if I grab another asset pack and drag it in here, it's going to be the same way. So once I've already got it targeted or retargeted and working, let's say, okay, well, you know, I really want the Explorer pack to come in here. It's only 2 characters, but whatever. Add this to the project. And again, if it doesn't show up, show all projects. Select the project. Select the newest version, which is 421. Add a project. And it is done. By adding this new characters in here, I now go to the Polygon Explorers, Meshes, Characters. We only have the 2. I'm going to grab those 2 skeletal meshes. I'm going to right click, Skeleton, Assign Skeleton, SK Polygon, Accept, and that's okay. They have new stuff. And okay. We'll do Save All, and we know that we have Explorer Male and Explorer Female. So if we go back in here now and go to our mesh, change this, and we'll just type in Explorer. There we go. File, save. So you can add in other asset packs as you go, and that's all you have to do to upgrade them to use your existing animation set. Amazing, right? Simple. And that's all it takes for combining them. So if you do the adversaries, it's I will have to actually look it up. I've got it in my archive. Let's see here. So many polygon assets. I need to add the latest 2, but I was waiting for them to update and get into their store. There's mocap animations. So many animations. Yeah, the one in particular that I was thinking of. God, data. That's what I was looking for. There was that one particular asset pack. And let's see, let's check the latest update. Fantasy characters and fantasy rivals. And I believe it was in the fantasy rivals pack. I'm sorry, I'm looking in the actual files themselves. Content, meshes, characters. Yeah, there was a golem, force golem, elemental golem, mechanical golem. The larger characters, they just do not want to work the same way. Use the same basic principle and just do it again under another skeleton. So, I mean, you could even copy this skeleton over and just call it SK Polygon _ Giant. And you're just using a copy of the same skeleton that works with everything else. But for some reason, it just doesn't want to work correctly. If you do it, what will happen is your giants will be doubled over backwards for some reason, and it will look goofy as hell. So if you have problems with it, let me know. What's happening, my brother? Much love to you. I am drenched in sweat here. I've got 3 fans going, trying to keep this room cooled down, and because I haven't moved to the new room yet, because the way I've got my monitors rigged, all 3 monitors are on one central rig, and it's bolted to a 4x4 support that's the support for this room. And this room was an old sunroom, and I'm slowly blocking out the windows until I get this room properly insulated. It's going to be hot as hell in the summertime and cold as hell in the wintertime. So I'm hydrating. I'm sitting here under all these fans because somebody wanted to see this again. This is quite a simple system for converting characters over. I was just demonstrating the quick changeover. But what I'll do is I take a 5-minute break. wanted this video. I've been trying to get some short videos out, keep them under 20 minutes that are staying on topic, and then still want to get out here and just do these videos where anybody can jump in, say, hey, well, what about this or what about that, and just general have fun sessions. So let me close out this video and let me get set up for another video real quick. Come back in 5 minutes and then we'll just BS around a little bit. I'm revamping all these videos, trying to break them down into 10 and 20 minute videos that are focused in on the core content only. Because one thing that's kept me from getting as many views is my usual chat fest where I'm in here for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours, just steady going at a bunch of different things. So I want to come back in and do some short videos for focus, and then go back to also doing some of my fun videos that are an hour long or whatever. So give me 5 minutes, I will come back, and if anybody else has any more questions on this content or other, let me know and I'll pick up from there. But let me take 5 minutes and I will be right back. I'll post it in Discord saying, okay, I'm starting back up with the next video. Alright, much love, and we will see you soon.